Hey, everybody. Welcome back to It Works For Me, the podcast where I talk through little things that help me show up better for life. I'm your host, Justin Kelly, and today we're diving into a topic that some of you might relate to more than you'd like to admit. What do you do when you're hungover? Or more specifically, what do you do when you're hungover, but life is still waiting for you? Your kids are up, your job needs you, your spouse is counting on you, but your body is telling you there is no way I'm getting out of bed. That's what we're talking about today. Because for me, this idea of showing up anyway is something I've learned the hard way, and it works for me. Let's be honest. We've all had those nights where we've had one too many. Maybe it was a celebration. Maybe there was a sports game on, like the most recent Pacers championship game. Maybe you were just trying to blow off some steam and relieve some stress. Maybe it's just Thursday. You know, we all love a thirsty Thursday. I'm not here to blame you. I'm not here to make you feel bad about it because I've been there. Some of you know my story. I've had seasons where drinking might have been a little bit more than I could handle or that I wanted to admit that I could handle. I've learned, though, you don't get to press pause on your life because you're hungover. We don't get to stop things, even though you would really like to. You want to lay in bed all day, eat some pizza. I mean, those are kind of some of my favorite times in my life where my wife, before children, and I would drink and party, and then we'd sleep all day and watch movies, order Donato's pizza, and just kind of lay in bed all day. And whenever you were hungry, you'd get up and walk over to the nightstand where the pizza was sitting and pull another slice. But life doesn't wait for you to feel 100%. Your kids are going to want breakfast. They're going to want cereal or muffins or whatever it is. Your wife will still want a partner, somebody that's going to get things done around the house. Typically for us, it's the weekend. Your job still expects you to show up and be 100%. And your goals, like, for example, fitness and other things that you might want to do, they're still out there, whether you're chasing them or not. And if you're hungover and laying in bed all day, you're definitely not moving forward in those goals. I've found that there are days I force myself to move, even when I feel like crap. These are the days I end up respecting myself more, but not because I feel good, but because I didn't give in to that weakness of wanting to stay in bed. This is what I do and works for me when I wake up hungover. And believe me, I will probably get some flack for this because my wife may think differently. But first, I sit up or I get up. Just sitting up or just getting up, that's a win. Then I stand up, head over to the bathroom, drink a big glass of water. Typically, I don't have a glass in our bathroom, so a lot of the times I'll just dunk my head under the sink and just drink as much water as I possibly can. I'll splash some water on my face, and then I move. I mean, I don't have to do a big, heavy workout. I don't have to go run a 5K. But the days that go the best for me is when I do get out there and I do a walk, or I do some push-ups, or I do some air squats. And sometimes, you know, if I'm really feeling it, I'll get on the exercise bike, or I'll go to the gym and I'll get a lift in. But I do it. Motion will break that shame spiral that you might be feeling when you wake up hungover the next day. There's shame that comes with hangovers, not just the fact that you drank, but maybe like you're worried about what you might be failing to do the next morning. There might be a voice in your head for those of us that maybe have an inner monologue, because I know that's a thing that people don't have. There might be a voice that says you're a bad parent today, or you don't have it together, or you're lazy. I mean, I've been told by my daughters that Dad, you're lazy. You're always laying on the couch. I know they don't get it. They're 3 and 5, and she's just messing with me and trying to get a rise out of me. But it does affect you. But that voice is lying. Unless you're laying in bed all day, you're going to feed that voice. I want to talk to the dads just for a second. You know, you wake up with hangover and your kid comes in running into the room yelling, "Daddy, let's play." That is a serious moment of truth for you. That's where you decide, am I going to be a parent through this, or am I going to let this hangover be my parent, be my daddy? Being a dad doesn't just get to stop because you had a little bit too much bourbon last night. Your kids don't care if you're tired. They care if you're present, if you're there, if you show up, if you're goofy. You get on the floor with them, take them to the park, take them on a walk, sweat it out if you have to. You'll feel better. I promise you that. And that's one thing that I'm very adamant about, is trying to not lay around all day when my children are ready to play and have a good day if I've had too much to drink the night before. If you're a husband, your wife notices when you disappear into hangover mode. You might think that you're hiding it. You're not. She notices when you're short, or you're mentally checked out, not paying attention, scrolling on your phone, just laying on the couch or laying in bed. So you got to push through. Maybe take a shower. Um, I don't know. Bring her some coffee. Be in the room. Don't just try to hide. She's not. A lot of the times, your wife's not asking you to be perfect, but she's asking you to be there. Help with the chores. Go out of your way to get things done around the house. Then we got work. Some of you listening may have very high level jobs. You lead people. You might be the person other people look to for answers. I know I am. And yeah, sometimes a Wednesday morning team meeting still happens whether or not you like it. Like, whether or not you like it. Sometimes, you know, a Friday meeting is there and you enjoyed a thirsty Thursday and your night went off the rails. This is my philosophy. If you decided to play, you got to pay. It's not a punishment. It's just about accountability. You made the choice to stay out, or pour an extra drink, pour an extra bourbon, and stay up too late to watch that Thursday night football game, or that Thursday night playoff Pacers game. It's okay, but now you got to make a choice to be either, you got to make a choice to be a grown man, and you got to show up, and you got to lead. The alternative is maybe a pattern. You start developing a pattern of hiding. And once you start letting yourself off the hook for one thing, it gets easier to let yourself off the hook for many different things. So the bottom line is, if you're hungover, get up anyway, move your body, hydrate. Because really, I know there's tons of hangover cures out there, but essentially, from what I've read, the only true cure is movement, hydration, time. So breathe some fresh air, sweat a little bit, then go do the things you're supposed to do, whether it's playing princesses with your daughter, which I do often, um, sitting at the breakfast table with your wife, showing up to a Zoom call, and or just smiling through the pain at work. I know you'll feel better for having done it, and you'll build something stronger than a perfect routine. You'll build some resilience. And final thoughts. I'm not advocating for you to get out there and go get drunk every night, or become a problem drinker or an alcoholic or anything like that. And I don't even consider myself one of those. But I mean, there are times that you want to enjoy yourself and spend a little bit, maybe stay up a little bit too late, have a couple of more drinks than you intended. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. Again, this podcast isn't based on that. I'm telling you what works for me, and just making these suggestions because they're what I use. I'm not judging how much you drink, but I am encouraging you to take responsibility for your mornings, no matter what the night before looked like. A test of our character, I think about this. A test of our character isn't how I show up on the good days. It's easy to show up on the good days. It's easy to crush a workout when you're feeling great, but it's how I show up when I feel like crap. And for me, getting up anyways, even though I feel like crap, that works. I hope that this has given you just a few tips. A lot of these podcasts that I'm going to do by myself are going to be short and to the point, easy to listen, easy to consume, easy to move through. But if this episode hit home for you, share it with a friend, a family member, if you think they need to hear it. And if you've got your own rituals for powering through a morning, and I'm not talking, don't be sending me, oh, I just do the hair of the dog and have a few drinks in the morning anyways. Don't send me that, because I've tried that, and all you're doing is just delaying the inevitable. But if you have other ways that you power through the morning and you stay positive and you stay on the right track, send them my way. I'd like to hear them. But again, thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. I'm Justin Kelly, and this is It Works For Me.